As the weather gets nicer and nicer and we move from spring into summer, I hope you're getting outside and being as active as you can be. Now with that comes more activity, more exercise, and more use of our joints. So today we're gonna touch on tennis elbow. And you may have had this before, even if you don't play a lot of tennis, because it's just a fancy term for tendonitis and muscle belly irritation at the elbow and forearm area. The big question is, what do we do about it? It's a very difficult and stubborn case to treat sometimes, because quite often people are using their hand and wrist day to day, and it's very hard for people to just give it the rest it needs, because when these tendons get inflamed, it's very difficult to treat them. But I want to share with you some approaches that work really, really well. And trust me, just taking NSAIDs, ibuprofen, and Tylenol is not the route you want to take when you have chronic elbow pain. One of the main things I use in my practice is blood flow restriction therapy. So what this does is actually squeezes all the blood and inflammation and chemical mediators that are causing pain out of that area for several minutes. And then we work it through an entire range of motion. And then as soon as you drop the blood flow restriction, you get this surge of fresh, oxygenated blood back into the tissues around the elbow. And this can create healing. This can bring nutrients to the area. It works incredibly well. And then of course, anytime you have an elbow issue, you got to look down at the forearm and wrist, and you have to strip all those muscles and all those tendons that are carrying tension and pulling on the anchor points around the elbow. And then of course, anytime we have a stubborn tendon that will not heal, you need to consider prolotherapy. If you do a few spot injections of prolotherapy into the tendon, the common extensor tendon on the edge of the elbow that is commonly the issue with tennis elbow, you can have dramatic results in a few treatments. You know, as little as 3 treatments, you can fix this elbow that is causing pain every day at work, every day when you wake up, when you're messing around in the kitchen and trying to cook. All these things that we take for granted, these simple tiny movements, can be incredibly painful when you have tennis elbow. So if you have any issues at all with your elbow, definitely send me a message, because I can help with this. I've had it myself. I know this intricately, the ins and outs of elbow pain, dysfunction, how to move properly with your wrists, elbows, and shoulders so that this can be put to bed once and for all. On top of that, the advanced therapies and treatments I have access to, great results with this. So elbow pain, elbow questions, definitely send me a message and get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. Okay, have an awesome night.